So thanks for coming to our Zero to GenAI session. My name is Hatzopoulos, and I lead growth and strategy for our data insights practice at Allianz. With me, I have Philip Howard.
Hi, everybody. I'm Philip Howard. I lead our data applications capability for our data insights practice.
So with that being said, we are here to talk about AI.
It's shocker. I don't know anybody else that's doing that right now, so definitely unique here. But what we actually want to talk about is how you can implement an AI solution effectively at an enterprise level. Now, if there's any type of interest in AI, I'm sure you played with it to some degree, whether it's what's around ChatGPT or if it's a little more sophisticated, best about creating your own RAG solution or parting with your documents, that kind of thing. But when it comes to actually driving real value, immediate value at an enterprise level, there's some considerations that we want to talk through to make sure that you're successful and that you can build on that success. And since this is a really quick 6-minute discussion here, so boil it down into 3 steps that you want to take before you build anything at an enterprise level. So that being said, Ed leads.
Yeah, so our first step is going to be an AI strategy and internal alignment. This area here is not overly technical. Really, this is conversations within your organization to make sure that everyone from top to bottom is very aligned on what GenAI is, what it can do for your organization, and really level setting those expectations. So a big focus here is just kind of understanding the art of the possible and getting buy-in from leadership. This is new. This is something people aren't overly familiar with. So leadership may be hesitant to invest in it. So it's really getting everyone excited and on the same page about what this can unlock within your orgs. Step 2 is once you have kind of that baseline alignment from bottom up, you really want to make sure that that first use case you tackle, that first pilot POC is going to be very successful, because typically you don't really get, that second chance is likely if the first one isn't effective. So what we're recommending here is that you spend some time to work internally from the departments to identify a use case that will going to drive great business value and also one that you're fairly confident will be successful. So what we're advising here is to take some time, do due diligence around the data that's going to support that use case, make sure the data quality is there, the data volume is there, and ultimately make sure that you've done what you can to set that first use case up for success before you begin building. So at this point, you have alignment internally. People are excited about the possibilities. You've identified that first use case you want to attack with a high likelihood of success to get that buy-in and kind of that investment for the next one. And then finally, step 3 is probably what's most exciting here.
Step 2 is the fun part. Let's get to the implementation. But this isn't just for you, right? This isn't just a toy. This isn't a POC. It's not something that's just fun to play with. You want to derive real value out of it. And we're going to follow some best practices here. Now, AI at its core is a data product. And if you mess around with data at all, whether it comes through sorting, predictive analytics, or anything else that you want to do with it, it's garbage in, garbage out. So you want a foundational data platform underneath it. That means you want something repeatedly. You want something that's going to do your automation integration for you. You want something that does automated formatting, so you're not fan-fingering things and just uploading new files. You also want to talk about security. You also want to talk about responsible AI usage. And then ultimately you want something that you can build on of after you've already built your first AI solution. You've got your first success. You're not repeating everything after the fact when you want to do something new. And if we look at this here, this is kind of what that might look like here using just AWS services. Now, just looking through here, this is a standard data platform that we implement for any number of customers here, starting from your installation in ETL, along with AWS CloudWatch, Lambda functions, AWS Alone, to the data integration, the data warehousing, the data lakes, and the reporting up in the center here. But what's cool about this is that if you do it right, everything builds off of each other. So you can see down here at the bottom here, if you've got a solid data platform, we can immediately call that into a vectorized data lake. They already had tools here with like OpenSearch, PostgreSQL, like PG Vector, or you can take that data that's already been cut, that's already been curated, that's already been observed by your data governance team here. Then you pull that into that data layer and give access to your AI models, which is serviced by Amazon Bedrock here. And for then, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want with it, whether it's creating a chatbot that you can talk to your documents, creating agents that can communicate with your data warehouse again, or work with your customers. And there's any number of cool things that you can do with Doc. Which brings us to the actual fun part, which is the imagination of the possible. What you can actually do with it, which we found is surprisingly the hardest part for a lot of customers here, because this is such a new technology that it's easy to describe what reporting can do for you. I have questions, I can get some answers, it's made it easy. Cool, I can understand what predictive analytics do for me, but automated creativity is, it's hard to see how that's going to immediately benefit your business. So To that case here, we've illustrated the yes here to kind of show what you can do for your company and what this might actually look like.
So for this example, I want you about Supertide, that you are an online retailer. You have a large staff that kind of handles customer complaints. You have an overhead for these employees that handle these refund requests and things of that nature. And what you're really interested in doing is automating that process to both lower that overhead cost, but also ensure greater customer retention and success with those complaints.
And so what do I look like for a customer here? Okay, I'm a customer. I'm shopping on your e-commerce platform, right? I bought a product. It was shipped to me. It was shipped pro-cannibalized. Ooh. Okay, so I gotta go find out how to return it. So I want my money back or I want something new. So I go online, I gotta figure out, okay, how am I gonna eventually do this? But instead of having to hunt, just do the FAQs and find out, okay, what's the phone number I gotta dial and how are we gonna do with the robocalls and all this stuff with the robo menu where I try to find out how do I actually talk to a real person. And you're immediately greeted by a friendly, knowledgeable AI chat agent that understands your problem when you talk to it, then understands the steps that you're supposed to take in order to move further. Maybe it's gonna ask for your purchase order number. Maybe it's gonna ask for a picture of the item to see what that is broken. None of that's happening right there. What's important is that it's talking to the customer and gathering information. That information then sends back to your backend who can evaluate it. It'll summarize the transcript of your conversation, create the key to-dos that, hey, maybe we should investigate this further. Maybe I need to get an idea of what this picture is and what I'm actually getting out of it. From there, you can go to an agent, which then will look at that and say, okay, what are your company policy? Is there action to be taken here? If it is, should I go and start a refund? If I do that, then also maybe I'll send the new items and maybe get that over the mail. And then you can send all that information to yet another service who would link to your customer data, find out who this person is, how long have they been a customer, what have they purchased it for. Tailor a message that is specific to that person, make it more customized, more personable, and come up with not only a sincere apology to this person who's been your customer for a period of time, but also then a list of the steps taken to rectify the situation. And this is how you go about making sure that the customer experience is maintained, even though it started off on the managed click by sending a broken item.
And I think Phil brought up a good point of kind of the importance of having that solid data set for what all your sources centralized in order for this to leverage all those different data that you want to analyze, right? What did the customer buy? What does the customer cycle look like? You really want to make sure that's all centralized neatly so that this can be really, really effective and you can kind of build on top of that to next use case. But with that, we hope this kind of helped you understand how you go from zero to GenAI at Allianz and take a work we're really, really excited to help with. So if you want to talk further about any or all of those steps, please reach out and be the George Sundays to available. Thanks guys for the